Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greer Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
Meteorologist Joe Hansel here. We had another recent round of some impactful rainy and stormy and horrendous weather. Some of the 24-hour rainfall reports coming in unofficial, but from that CocoRa's source, which is a believable source. I saw a lot of 2s and 3s, and one 24-hour report near Buckhannon, 7.6 inches of rain, numerous flood rescues, and we had numerous flash flood warnings and flash flood emergencies yesterday, so we're still recovering from that. Keep eyes on streams and rivers, especially to the north. I'm still seeing numerous flood advisories or flood warnings, stream and river flooding, which could crest somewhere between moderate to major in stretches of the West and Middle Fork rivers and the Tigard Valley River as well. Southern West Virginia, there is still a likely chance of some showers and a few general thunderstorms today. A lot of reports of damaging winds, potential tornado reports, and wind damage reports yesterday, too. Fly saver forecast, it starts at home. Cities like Orlando heating up to 96 today. Washington, D.C., chance of a storm, 86 to the north. Be weather aware if there's any lingering flooding impacts. Keep eyes on streams and rivers today. Low chance of a shower. Low chance to the east. Eastern Panhandle, low to mid 80s today. Again, in central areas and northern areas of the state, flooding, river flooding. If there's any barricaded areas, do not drive through barricades. Never drive through any flooded areas, as we are still recovering from that. Turn around, don't drown. And southern areas, some showers are likely and a general thunderstorm, but we don't need any additional rain at this point. A slight chance in Charleston, expecting some river valley fog to develop again tonight and tomorrow. How about a break of the rain tomorrow for the weekend back in the mid-80s? And I will be watching for some chances of passing showers and storms mid and upper 80s returning for the weekend and early next week.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is MetroNews Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and MetroNews' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, the final hour for Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly and Matt Guitar Murphy are our producers. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
Welcome into the Wednesday edition of Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Coming up just a little bit, we are going to check in with Metro with the events that you have done up there in the past. Much like what we've done in Charleston. We'll talk about Charleston here in a moment, but we like to get the word out statewide, and the friends and family and fans of WVRC Media up in your area, Rachelle, always come out to help.
They do. It's mind-blowing the way that the community comes together to help others when it's needed. So yes, ours is going to be Monday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Suncrest Town Center. And again, it's not at all possible without the folks at the Suncrest Town Center. So I want to give big props to them, and also some other. The list is beginning right now because all these. I know this is the way it is in Charleston. We'll talk to Robb here in a moment, but all these corporations, they all come out. They all want to help you out. But you got some folks already signed on. We do. We have Titan Roofing, who has helped us out many times in the past with these types of events, and they're going to be here collecting all of the donations, loading it up, and taking it to the donation drop-off site. So a huge thank you to them. We couldn't do it without them. All right, Robb Reel from one of our stations here in Charleston, Superstar Country 96.1 KWS is here, and
and also from 97.9 WKKW. So
right.
if you're like Morgantown adjacent, you're like, wait, where's the Suncrest Center? That's the one with the Hilton Garden Inn and Huey Magoo's and Tsatsikis and Pies and Pints.
Okay.
So if you're like, which Kroger is that? That's the one.
That's the one.
Yes.
All right. So you're heading up things here in Charleston.
So I'm told. I'm the kind of drop pure stuff guy here in Charleston. So this Friday from 8 until 6 here at 1111 Virginia Street East, it's going to be a loop through our parking lot. If you have done one of our drop events, this will be a very familiar situation for you. In fact, a couple years ago, we did a flood relief for the southern part of the state with a bucket drop, and that's kind of what we have in mind for this Friday. The 5-gallon resealable buckets that you can put the lid on, cleaning supplies to go in them, mops and wipes, baby wipes, hygiene items. All of those things are going to be important. Maybe the most important, though, and I always come back to this, cash and check donations, because organizations we work with, like the American Red Cross, can make the dollars go so much farther with their power. They can fill in the gaps of what they don't have. Titan Roofing is also going to help us with the collection and the transport and distribution. And something we were actually talking about this morning is the timing on these sorts of things, because you don't want stuff to get there too early and to sit and to be in the way.
Well, right now they can't even get it to the people right now.
And so my experience with these events has been, particularly with the flood relief events, has been the last one that we did really kind of filled up the stores of what they're going to use now. And then we're backfilling so that we have more things for when the next thing inevitably happens, for the next time Bryan Hughes makes it rain.
Yeah, indeed. And Rachelle, I was talking earlier with Mayor Skinner of Buckhannon on the show, and he was saying that if you are going to, and this is where I guess we kind of come in, because what happens is a lot of times when people travel up there, church groups and whatever, they want to help, they get up there and they say, okay, well, we'll go to your local Walmart and we'll pick up things. We'll go to your local Lowe's or Target. Those don't have anything, or they won't by the time this rolls around. So that's why it's important, I think, if you are going to help out, that you pick up some things in your own hometown, or just bring them to us, Rachelle.
Exactly. Everything's I know already in Morgantown places are running out of water. So yes, if you just get your stuff, even collect things that you might have at home, bring it to us and we'll do the work from there.
And just the way I was just talking about, backfilling when you use things. If you've got stuff in your pantry, if you've got a couple of flats of water, if you've got, I just got a new mop and I haven't even used it yet, bring those things to us, and then you will have an opportunity to backfill for yourself. Go to your big box store and get you some more flats of water maybe next week, so that you can restock yourself. Some non-perishable food items wouldn't be the worst thing in the world as well. We're used to floods in West Virginia, but we're not used to this level of, I think I saw some photos of, you mentioned the local Walmart being almost completely washed out in Clarksburg, like up to the cabs of trucks in the parking lot. So going there is not going to do anybody any good at this point, but we can collect these things and do a lot of good for our friends and neighbors.
Rachelle, what are you hearing from your listeners up there from the different stations? I mean, what are the hosts on the air? What have they heard from listeners? Because that's a big part of the footprint of WVRC Media in that part of the state. What have the hosts heard?
Just as far as the people in this listening area weren't too incredibly hard hit by it. But we've already got donations coming in, and we haven't even really started talking about it yet. So, and as far as this area, this is a lot closer to home than others in the past. And the outpouring that we've had in the past, again, was amazing. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like this time around.
Yeah,
I'm always amazed, but never ever surprised at the way West Virginians come through for West Virginians. And I do need to give a tip of the crown, instead of the hat that I'm not wearing today, to West Virginia Fairs and Festivals. They're going to help with manpower for us on Friday here in Charleston. So one of the things about these collection drives is it takes a lot of pairs of hands. It takes a lot of bodies to do these things. And so they're gonna join in with us.
Yeah, and what happens is many of us are on the air and we can't always be out there, and that's why our company is so good about, providing salespeople, about engineering folks, office stuff, and I know it'll be that way for you guys up in the Morgantown area on Monday, Rachelle.
Yes, definitely. We'll be pretty much all hands on site pitching in.
All right, so Rachelle, and we'll probably have you on a couple times between now and then, definitely during the event on Monday. So again, give us all the details on yours, and I'll go over Robb's, because I know you're busy up there running around today. So let me, and Robb's not, because he's on air.
No.
So Rachelle, give us all the details on yours.
We'll be set up on Monday, July 27th from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. near the Kroger gas station in the Suncrest Town Center right off of 705.
All right. Rachelle, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and we'll talk to you again over the next couple of days as we get ready for your event on Monday.
Thank you.
All right, Rachelle Beatty again from the WVRC Media Cluster there and the Morgantown, Clarksburg, that general vicinity.
She knows from the times when I am working up in Morgantown that I'm good for a paperweight, and that's really about it.
Yeah.
Very large paperweight, actually.
Yeah.
So for us on Friday, 1111 Virginia Street East, that's our GPS plugger inner address. If you're from outside of downtown Charleston, you're well, where do I go? I recommend the Leon Sullivan exit, just because there's some work from time to time on Virginia Street. So come around to the Leon Sullivan exit, take it to Virginia Street. You'll make a left turn. That's the only way you can turn on Virginia Street. It's the only way you should turn on Virginia Street East.
Because it doesn't always work out that way.
About once a week, I see somebody going the wrong way in downtown Charleston. And then we're right there on your right-hand side. You loop through our parking lot. You don't even have to get out of your comfortable vehicle when you come see us for one of our drop events. We have enough bodies, thank you West Virginia Fairs and Festivals, thank you Titan Roofing, that we will be able to just take that donation from you, whether it's cleaning supplies or buckets or gloves or tarps or duct tape. This is turning into a true crime podcast. Sorry. Whatever you have to bring to us, we will fetch from you, and you can go on your way. Most important, though, cash and check donations for the American Red Cross. We'll even have a way to do that online here in hopefully in the next few hours, maybe by the end of Hotline today.
All right. Robb Reel from WVRC Media here in Charleston and in Morgantown. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And again, we'll be talking to you and Rachelle again tomorrow, probably Friday, and definitely you on Friday because we'll be out on the lot, and Rachelle on Monday. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a break now. When we come back, MetroNews Meteorologist Bryan Hughes is still behind the computer over here, and we're going to check in with him and see what he has to report to us when we come back. Stay with us.
Summer in West Virginia means open roads, blue skies, and endless possibilities. But if you don't have reliable wheels, getting to work or making it to a doctor's appointment can feel like an uphill climb. That's where Good News Mountaineer Garage comes in. We take donated vehicles, fix them up, and get them to fellow mountaineers who need them the most. This summer, let's keep our community moving. Donate a vehicle today by calling 866-GIVE-CAR or visit goodnewsmountaineergarage.org. Donate a car, change a life.
Picture a community where every space tells a story. Those are the communities we're designing at ZL Milne Architects and Engineers. With a blend of creativity and technical expertise, we design spaces that inspire, innovate, and ignite change. From cutting-edge educational facilities to community-centric gathering spaces, we're committed to improving lives through design. Let us help you shape a brighter future for generations to come. Because at ZL Milne, it's more than architecture. It's about building your legacy.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
The 2026 West Virginia Prep Football Showcase partnered with Coalfields & Company.
The premier program across all classes in the state.
Analysis from Travis Jones and Joe Bricado. See the players and programs shaping the 2026 season. Watch high school football athletes compete in the 40-yard dash, 5-10-5 shuttle, and broad jump. Streaming live July 25th on Metro News Television, YouTube, and Facebook.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in store at Daniel's.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorold.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
First thing I hear when those mics go on is you just coughing, and I'm just like, this guy.
You don't appreciate me giving that show a little ratings boost?
Coughing directly onto these microphones? No, I don't want it.
Hotline on Metro News Television.
Welcome back to the show, 222. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Magatar Murphy, our producer today. We'll do Open Line West Virginia coming up to the bottom of the hour. But what I would really like to do, you know, just asking if you are somebody that's in one of these flood-impacted areas, and we've talked to a couple of the flood victims already on the show, but if you've got something to add to that, you want to give us a report from where you are, feel free to do so by calling me at 1-800-765-TALK, or you can text 304-TALK-304. One of the things that always interests me on these stories when we had these, and we certainly had a fair share of them in West Virginia, is a number of people that will compare them and say, well, and that's perfectly fine. That's just what we do. But, you know, compared to, well, it's not as bad as it was in 85, but it was better than it was in 88. I'm just using, you know, generalities out there. So if you want to give me any of that information in those areas that were impacted yesterday, please feel free to. Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes joins us now. How you doing? How you holding up, buddy?
Doing pretty good. I mean, it's still monitoring what's happening across Randolph and Randolph County and back in Upshur and Lewis counties. So, and then also just booked 9:45 tonight. Will be on Fox Weather. We're going to talk about really what happened and how meteorologically this was just a wild event.
Well, for those of us that won't be up at 9:45 tonight, that's actually what I wanted to ask you is what exactly happened, because we knew you and other weather service have been saying since Saturday or Sunday, look out Tuesday, it's coming. And depending on where you live, depending on what you got, some areas it was, we had tornadic activity, some areas not, just a couple of raindrops here or there. Explain this particular storm to us, Brian.
Well, it started across, it's Zanesville, Ohio is where the storm started. It started way up there, and it was a tornado warning that was issued. And then it came, and then as it kept on sliding off the southeast, we had a tornado warning with it almost the entire way into Lewis and Upshur counties. A tornado warning at some point or another. Even some of it dropped off. Went back on, came back on, and when I say came back on, it would fade in and out of being a tight couplet or not. But at one point on the southern side of this, the National Weather Service out of Charleston issued a 1,066 square mile severe thunderstorm warning because it was setting up in a line. Okay, just like just pretend like you're on a train and you're in the engine compartment. You're driving into Upshur County, and next thing you know, you're like, we need to add a few more cars on the back. Mm-hmm. And you kept driving as a train over the same spots and lengthening that train, and that's what it was. It was just a long line of storms that kept going over and over and over in the same area. And I had one point, a friend of mine, Drew McClanahan, down at the state capitol, and he said, hey, I've got family over in Elkins. What should I be concerned about? And I went, flooding. Yes, there's a tornado threat, but flooding is what you should be concerned about because it kept on going over the same area. When you have 7 inches of rain in that area around Buckhannon, at 2.6 miles just south of Buckhannon, the official recording was just over 7 inches of rain by 7:54 p.m. 4 of those inches fell in an hour and 15 minutes. When you look at that, there's no way that you can recover from that other than get a boat and hope to float.
Right.
And that's what happened. But you also said you had so much moisture in the atmosphere. We had precipitable water values that were 2 to 2.5 inches. So in other words, it was just the atmosphere was just juiced and waterlogged. The only thing it wasn't doing, it wasn't producing at that area at that time any large bits of hail because the cold core had already passed by. It was just warm air from the surface all the way up into the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere.
How does this compare to events? I mean, I know you've been in West Virginia for quite some time. How does this compare to other events that we've had? Because, I mean, I know every storm is different. This is not the same as 2016 or 1985 because every storm
has its own characteristics.
Has its own characteristics. But had you seen a weather event like this, I'll put it that way, in your time in West Virginia, which goes back to 20 teens?
Yeah. I mean, I've been here almost 15 years now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 2016 is something you look at because of the sheer flooding. But what you don't have with this is, down in the Greenbrier Valley, you had multi-million-dollar homes just being washed away in a golf course, and multiple parts of a golf course, and a historic one at that just being, gone. And car dealerships gone. I mean, car dealerships are a mess. Everything's a mess here in Buckhannon. There's different nuances to it. Probably more than anything is going to be the longer-term flooding because it was very, very quick with the Elk River and also Greenbrier Valley. While this was quick, the thing is it stuck around longer. You had instant flushing of valleys and things gone with the stuff in 2016, whereas this was a longer duration style event as we went on because we went into the night and we just kept on and kept on. I mean, even this morning at sunrise, we had the water continuing to come up, and we weren't done yet.
Yeah,
we're still not finished. I mean, we should be cresting any time now in Clarksburg with the river there.
So as the cleanup continues, and I don't know what you probably didn't get to hear our interview we did with the Buckhannon Mayor Robbie Skinner during the 12 o'clock hour.
I didn't get to hear that. I heard him we talked to him last night.
Yeah,
so.
and well, the update was he said that they're hoping that by Friday they'll be able to get some sort of a staging area maybe set up at Wesleyan, for example. That's but what's amazing me in hearing these stories and interviewing these people and seeing the pictures and so on and so forth is the sheer inability to get places. You drive a little ways. Okay, can't get there this way. Let's turn around and go back the other. That's what I'm hearing out there.
And that's what we heard last night. And what we would hear was in the dark of night, the bridge is gone. The bridge is gone. We can't see the road. The road's gone. There's no road. And then we heard 2 people saying we're having to make a new road because the road's not there.
And some of these stories of the rescues that we have heard, I mean, these first responders and others and good Samaritans in the community just trying to help each other out. One side banging on the building, seeing if anybody's in there, while somebody's on the other side trying to cut through with a saw or chainsaw or whatever. I mean, it's just amazing.
Well, and when you listen to the stories of the people who were, like the older lady, I remember hearing it on the scanner. They said whatever they didn't even give her name, but they called her something like the older lady said she's fine. Go take care of other people. She'll be fine when the waters come down tomorrow morning. She's safe. And she was there. She was on a hillside.
Yeah.
But she knew she was
literally
fine. Go
standing on a hill.
Yeah.
She's literally just and again, we're not exaggerating when we say people were hanging in trees and things of that nature. But I've heard that story over and over again. A lady just standing on the hill there saying, "No, I'm fine. Go take care of everybody else." Let alone the fact that she's standing outside.
Yeah. She'll be here. She'll be here tomorrow when the sun comes up. Don't worry about her. Go take care of other people.
Right. We need to take a break. I promise I'm gonna cut you loose because I know you got to be tired. You got some other things to do. But I do want to ask you 1 or 2 more questions. So stick around with me just one bit.
Absolutely.
All right? We're back with more Metro News Midday. Stay with us.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greer Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
Meteorologist Joe Hansel here. We had another recent round of some impactful rainy and stormy and horrendous weather. Some of the 24-hour rainfall reports coming in unofficial, but from that CocoRa's source, which is a believable source. I saw a lot of 2s and 3s, and one 24-hour report near Buckhannon, 7.6 inches of rain, numerous flood rescues, and we had numerous flash flood warnings and flash flood emergencies yesterday, so we're still recovering from that. Keep eyes on streams and rivers, especially to the north. I'm still seeing numerous flood advisories or flood warnings, stream and river flooding, which could crest somewhere between moderate to major in stretches of the West and Middle Fork rivers and the Tigard Valley River as well. Southern West Virginia, there is still a likely chance of some showers and a few general thunderstorms today. A lot of reports of damaging winds, potential tornado reports, and wind damage reports yesterday, too. Fly saver forecast, it starts at home. Cities like Orlando heating up to 96 today. Washington, D.C., chance of a storm, 86 to the north. Be weather aware if there's any lingering flooding impacts. Keep eyes on streams and rivers today. Low chance of a shower. Low chance to the east. Eastern Panhandle, low to mid 80s today. Again, in central areas and northern areas of the state, flooding, river flooding. If there's any barricaded areas, do not drive through barricades. Never drive through any flooded areas, as we are still recovering from that. Turn around, don't drown. And southern areas, some showers are likely and a general thunderstorm, but we don't need any additional rain at this point. A slight chance in Charleston, expecting some river valley fog to develop again tonight and tomorrow. How about a break of the rain tomorrow for the weekend back in the mid-80s? And I will be watching for some chances of passing showers and storms mid and upper 80s returning for the weekend and early next week.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
The 2026 West Virginia Prep Football Showcase partnered with Coalfields & Company.
The premier program across all classes in the state.
Analysis from Travis Jones and Joe Bricado. See the players and program shaping the 2026 season. Watch high school football athletes compete in the 40-yard dash, 5-10-5 shuttle, and broad jump. Streaming live July 25th on Metro News Television, YouTube, and Facebook. You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
The beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. 26 away from 3 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Metro News Midday is powered by Salango Law. Visit SalangoLaw.com. Dave Allen with you, Stephanie Pauly, Matt Guitar Murphy, our producers, continuing our conversation with Metro News meteorologist Bryan Hughes on the devastating floods that hit north central West Virginia areas like Buckhannon, Weston, and a few others. Buckhannon seems to be the Buckhannon and Weston, but the Buckhannon area seems to be the hardest hit. And we talked to Mayor Robbie Skinner earlier. And he's lived in Buckhannon his whole life and said he'd never seen anything quite like that. Bryan, I want to ask you, what is next? I mean, obviously the cleanup, but I'm talking about, are there still more flooding concerns away from those areas towards Clarksburg and places like that?
Well, Clarksburg looks to be in the next couple of hours, next 2 to 3 hours possibly. It's a slow burn on getting to where we were expecting it to. The National Weather Service had lowered it to 18.1 feet for the crest, which would make it a major flood stage. But it looks like it's going to wind up closer to 17 feet. Still a foot away from this major flood stage means it's still significant. It's a moderate flood stage. So that's going to happen here within the next 2 to 3 hours. But right now, Buckhannon River at Buckhannon, still at major flood stage. So what that means for like Clarksburg is that the river is still going to be going. Still going to be going all evening into the nighttime hours, still at a high pace, high rate of speed.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing across the Buckhannon area. I mean, right now, the observation is 27.16 feet. We topped out at 28 feet. Yeah, 28 feet, 28.66 feet. So, and the record flood stage is 30.2.
Right.
I mean, you're just a foot and a half away from the all-time record. And their stand run, they had the all-time record was 8.3 feet. And they hit 10.6.
All right, so
10.6, 10.7.
What is the immediate danger or call to action for people living in those areas, Brian?
It is stay away from the mud and the water as best you can. And obviously, in the midst of all of it, it happens. You need to shower. You need to clean yourself because you need to stay away from all the mud and muck as best you possibly can until you can get rubber boots, rubber gloves, all the disinfectants, because it's toxic mud.
Yeah.
It is toxic
People
water.
I don't think people sometimes realize how dirty a flood is unless they've gone through it. I know that sounds like the understatement of the year, but unless you have gone through it, you don't realize how nasty and dirty a flood is.
And what it can do to your skin and what it can do. I mean, I've covered floods all my life, so I've been in the middle of it all. I've gotten sick. I've been there when it's just nasty. So more than anything, get the cleaning supplies are coming. They're going to be coming here in the next couple of days, and take your time. Do not rush yourself. You're going to exert yourself to a point that it's all of a sudden you're going to be like, what's going on here? Sorry, this is the, I apologize. That's the Randolph County, Upshur County scanner traffic.
I was glad to hear you say that you heard the voices too, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, believe me, I've heard a lot of voices over the last 24 hours. But no, the one thing is stay safe as best you possibly can. There's going to be help that's coming. You need to get through today. As you get into tomorrow, okay, it's going to be actually a very nice day tomorrow. You're going to have temperatures in the mid to upper 50s to start the day. You're going to make it to barely the mid to upper 70s tomorrow. I mean, right now, the temperature at Buckhannon checking in at 78 degrees right now. Yeah. And tomorrow is going to be even a touch cooler. So you've got good weather for the next few days and even into the weekend. But pace yourself because if not, you're just going to do yourself
But in
bad
the
time.
immediate, like this evening, when it comes to like areas like downtown Clarksburg, are there concerns this evening of this coming through the downtown and areas as was talked about earlier?
Yeah, there still is because there are homes that are flooded along West Fork. So that is a problem that's going through downtown Clarksburg, and right there at Kennedy Run Lane, I think it is, and the Country Club area. So that's where the actual gauge is. But that is still running through downtown, and it's a problem that you're going to have to deal with, that we all have to deal with. But you still have flooding concerns because there's so much debris in the rivers.
Yes, that's always an issue.
And it's going to stop rivers up. It's going to slow things down. Things are going to be, it's kind of like a dam that builds, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, it's blocking everything. And that's going to cause drainage issues, problems. Water's going to go around it. There's going to be whirlpools that there should not be normally. So there's all kinds of impact. And this is all going to come down the Mon. It eventually will all come down the Mon. And it's going to come down the Ohio River. So over the coming days, it's going to be a big problem. Thankfully, with some of the dams and the lakes and such, it does help prevent the big wash that just goes, rapidly all the way down the Mon and into the Ohio. But the Ohio is going to be messy for a number of days over the next couple of weeks.
Brian, great job. And I say that like you think it's over for you, but it's not, because you got several other things that you're going to be doing for us. I do want to remind folks that there's so many West Virginia groups that are coming out from, we've talked on this show today to the city of St. Albans here in Kanawha County, folks over at Sheriff Mellinger over in Jackson County. They're doing things. I talked to the mayor of Hurricane this morning, Scott Edwards, who called me and just said, hey, we've got this giant unit that we have that basically can do anything, like almost like an amphibious type sort of machinery that they have. He said, I need to try to get it up there, but the phones were down. He said, we can't contact anybody. So I was on the phone with Mayor Edwards this morning trying to coordinate him with some people there.
We were doing that all last night.
In the Buckhannon area, just because it doesn't help that you didn't have phone service, a lot of these areas.
Right.
And here in the Charleston area, there's been an outage totally unrelated with one of the carriers here. So, but we do want to remind you that Friday here at WVRC Media Charleston, we'll have one of our drop events, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. as we do. And you pull onto our lot, 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston. All of our stations will be out there. You'll see the tents. You'll see the vans. Don't even have to get out of your car. We're looking for cleaning supplies. And as Rob told us, hopefully within the next couple of hours, and you can go to our website or follow us on social media. We'll have QR codes. We'll have information on how you can help, because cash and things like that actually go a lot further, because we work with different organizations, and we've done with various ones.
They can purchase a mass quantity,
and they know what they need.
Right.
I mean, it's nice because sometimes people want to help, but well, great, we have 78 sponges, but we don't have a bucket, so to speak. So, we'll have all that information out there. 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on our parking lot Friday here in Charleston, and then up at the Suncrest Mall on Monday, similar hours. Rachelle and the folks at WVRC Media and that part of the state will be out there taking care of that. Brian, appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Keep following.
Glad to help.
Keep following Bryan Hughes on social media, and download the MetroNews television app as well. Brian, thanks a lot, buddy.
You're very welcome. Glad to be here.
19 minutes away from 3 o'clock. We'll take a break and come back after this. Stay with us.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Morning, TJ Meadows.
Good morning, sir. It's yet another beautiful day to be in pursuit of happiness, is it not?
I like the optimism. Let's see if we can take care of that by the end of the show today, shall we? Any thoughts, Mr. Meadows?
Talk Line, available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then before I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're going to do public math, so it's 31 divided by 4.
Yeah, just under 8 per win.
Just mark it down.
Put Tony and I down for 8, Coach Hunter. Put us on the prediction show for 8. We already got it. There's the math. Just go.
Sports Line on Metro News Television.
Walk.org.
Welcome back to the show. It is 2:45 on a Wednesday afternoon. Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Matt Guitar, Murphy, Stephanie Faldy, our producers today. 1-800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. I know over the last couple days, Open Line West Virginia has been a little bit different, because of the flood coverage. And look, we kind of adjust on the fly here. That's what you got to do from time to time when your friends and neighbors are hurting. And that's what we tried to do. Appreciate all the nice comments that we've gotten, but they're really not necessary because that's what we do here, trying to keep people informed. And again, as Brian said, this is certainly not over. The severe weather came to an end last night, but now comes everything afterwards and the cleanup that goes along with it. And it's nasty business. I mean, it really, really is. And those folks up there, and when I say we're not out of the woods yet, in talking to emergency services as we have, and talking to Mayor Robbie Skinner and others up there, the House of Delegates member, Delegate Kyle we talked to last hour, these people right now, they don't know everything yet as far as what damage is until they can get into some of these areas. And there are areas up there, even as we speak, that are completely just cut off at this point in Buckhannon and Weston, places like that. And we're not talking, West Virginia, we're all used to hills and hollers and things like that. That's, it's kind of where I grew up, but it's a totally different thing when you start going down into business districts and things like that. So certainly, I know it goes without saying, understatement of the year, our thoughts and prayers are with all those folks. And there's so many different organizations, as Amanda said, that are doing what they can to help. And everybody in these situations, because we're West Virginians, that's what we do. We all want to help, but we have to have some sort of a coordinated effort here. And that's what we are trying to do, WVRC Media Charleston, and not to pat ourselves on the back, but a lot of other people are doing it too. All you got to do is pick up your Facebook page, go through it, Google it, how can I help, and you'll find the information. Now, again, on our parking lot here in Charleston, 1111 Virginia Street East, coming up on Friday. We'll start at 7 a.m., go to 6 p.m., Those of you that are in the area of listening to us, you know the way we roll on these things. We have got a nice parking lot out here that is very conducive to you not even having to get out of your car. You can just pull into our parking lot here, and we're looking for cleaning supplies, things of that nature. You know what we need, all right? Bottles of water, things of that nature. We're not looking for food or anything like that. And cash always is king. Cash can help out, and we'll have QR codes and all that stuff. You're going to be hearing a lot of things on the air over the next 24 hours about how you can help throughout the state of West Virginia, or for that matter, wherever you're listening to us, because we know with the power of the internet, I get people that text this show all the time from all over the country. So you will be able to help out that way too. We'll have all that information available for you just as soon as possible. And then another in-person event on Monday, Suncrest Mall in Morgantown. Our stations up there will be out there similar hours on Monday. They'll start early in the morning and go till the evening hours. And so if you're within the sound of our voice in the Morgantown area and you want to help out there on Monday, the lovely and talented Rachelle, we had her on the show earlier. And so they'll be doing that at Suncrest Mall in Morgantown on Monday. And again, go to our website, of course, WVMetroNews.com, your favorite Metro News station websites, social media. Got all the information posted on there, and we'll have more information as we get a little bit close to it. 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK 304. I do want to knock out a couple of texts, though, and if you'll forgive me, I would like to try to get, we know you love Trump, you hate Trump. Okay, we got it. That's not what this is about. So we'll get back to that at some point, but let's get to some other general conversation here. Text said the book Snowstorm is great. Lived in Charleston and remember a lot of those cases. Reference to On the show, the local show in Charleston this morning, there is a gentleman by the name of Terry Sayer, who is a retired police officer, and he was also the director of Yeager Airport back in the day. And he's written a book about the crime scene, particularly the cocaine scene in the 70s, 80s, and 90s here in Charleston. And I had him on the local show in Charleston this morning. He now resides in Tampa. But I haven't had a chance to finish the book yet. I read a couple chapters. Actually, as I was getting ready for the interview this morning, I was reading, through the book and taking notes, and I realized, oh, yeah, I got to go do a show. I can't sit here and read this book, so I'll probably finish it tonight. That's how interesting it is to me. But I appreciate you listening to that this morning. I certainly do. And another text about that says, as one of the bins in the book, it's spot on, and I loved it. He changed the names. I will say that. He changed the names, as they used to say on Dragnet, he changed the names to protect the innocent, in many cases not so innocent. But the book is called Snowstorm, and locally it's available at Taylor Books here in Charleston, but it's also available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all the places that you get books. Let me see here. Trying to knock out flood-related text here. Text said in 1985, I think that particular river that you were talking about crested at 31 or 33, according to a texter. Text Dave Allen and Amanda, if you have an opportunity in your interviews, ask if the Buckhannon Upshur Animal Shelter was damaged and if everybody's okay there. Thanks so much. I actually did, after we wrapped up the interview with Mayor Skinner, I sent him a brief text and I asked him. He said it was not. But I also talked to our good friends at the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, Angie Gillenwater here in Charleston, and she said that they've been in contact with people up there because sometimes, things happen with animals that aren't necessarily in a shelter. So they are checking on that as well. And I will say this, that's something that is needed in these cases too, because when you've gone through a flood and you've lost everything, and I'm a pet person, that includes your pet food and things of that nature. So I'm going to just go ahead and say it now. When you come to our event here in Charleston on Friday, or you come to the one at Suncrest in Morgantown on Monday, look, if you want to bring pet food, you want to bring some dry pet food, bring it. We ain't gonna say no. I'm just telling you. Let me see here. Another text about the drones in the area. This actually had to do with sightseers. This happens at every flood event, no matter what. It says, hey, you guys, can you tell everybody to stay out of the area of the flooding? But the sightseers will not listen. Went through this in Triadelphia a little over a year or so ago, where people just would not stop coming to look at the damage. It was so bad, people put up signs in their yards saying, our lives are not your entertainment. Yeah, look, if you want to help when it's safe, put your phone down and grab a shovel. That's the best thing you can do to help. Going into the area just so you can get footage or something to entertain people on social media, that's not what is needed. What's needed is, when it's safe to do so, leave the phone in the car and pick up a shovel and help these men and women. It certainly would be of much more of a value to them. The governor is going to need to dip into the contingency fund to help with recent flooding. Then he'll have to ask the federal government for it, because most of the contingency money was spent on a Ferris wheel and a party. Most fiscally responsible governor ever that existed. Sarcasm noted there. Speaking of the governor, he is going to be speaking, I understand, at 3:30 this afternoon. And, of course, our news team will be following it. We'll wrap up the show right after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
For over 20 years, Dan Cabot Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cabot Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
At Daniels Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniels is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniels.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
The 2026 West Virginia Prep Football Showcase partnered with Coalfields & Company.
The premier program across all classes in the state.
Analysis from Travis Jones and Joe Brigado. See the players and program shaping the 2026 season. Watch high school football athletes compete in the 40-yard dash, 5-10-5 shuttle, and broad jump. Streaming live July 25th on Metro News Television, YouTube, and Facebook.
Welcome back to the show. 3 minutes away from 3 o'clock. It's Metro News Midday. Stephanie Pauly, Matt Guitar Murphy, our producers. Today, again, want to remind you about the drop events we're going to be doing to collect items for the flood victims. On Friday, here in our parking lot, 1111 Virginia Street, East in Charleston, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. And then in Morgantown on Monday, same hours at Suncrest Mall. So if you want to help out, you can certainly do so. Go to WVMetroNews.com or any of the station's social media or your individual favorite station's website or social media if you need more information. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the inventor of Mad Libs, Steve Weekly.
Mad Libs. There you go. I wish I invented that.
Do you remember Mad Libs?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I love those. I love those. Still remember in grade school ordering those out of the Troll Books catalog. You remember those?
Yes. Yes. Mad Libs.
Telling our age now, man.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's true.
And then when we got to a certain age, you know, for me, 10 or 11, we make them as dirty as possible.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Everything turns dark after a while.
Yeah, after about age 9 or 10 for me, you know, it was like, how can I get kept after school or get paddled after this, you know, and I did frequently.
What a crazy day yesterday.
Young people are going paddling?
Paddling what?
Well, paddling, what is that? Yeah, trust me, I know. All right, what you got on the show today?
Well, we're talking about the fact there's a new survey out there that says that 78% of Gen Z attend live sports for other stuff than the games.
Okay.
All right. They want to see celebrities. They want concerts. They want brand activations.
Okay.
So the question is, when you go to the stadium or to the arena, are you there for the game or are you there for the experience?
I'm going to say that the majority of your listeners are probably going to be there for the game. I would think so. But you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, let me ask you this. If there was a high school game played in your backyard with no fans, would you watch the whole game?
Well, yeah.
You would?
Yeah. While I was
with
screaming.
no fans, no band, no,
while I was
no hot
screaming,
chocolate, no popcorn.
While I'm screaming, get the hell out of my yard. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right. Well, think about the number of people that watch games, though, not in person, like Super Bowls and whatever. They couldn't care less about the game. They want the commercials. They want the entertainment.
That's right.
So similar feature. All right. Hotline coming up on many of these same Metro News stations. We'll be back again to do it all over again tomorrow. Till then, have fun. Love somebody.